So my backstory, my parents and extended family are from Piedras Negras, Coahuila, Mexico, which is about 3 hours south of San Antonio. They were migratory, so we used to do the ag triangle, a whole extended family. So grandparents, uncles, aunts, everybody just would caravan up, they'd work the root crops, make money, and head back south. And I lived in a labor camp, so there used to be a Japanese internment camp. One thing about being poor is everybody around you about the same. Everybody's poor. You don't know you're poor when everybody is poor. So, and you really don't know what poverty is, as long as you have friends and family, and you have what you have, you know what you know. I grew up with not speaking English, so I spoke only Spanish, and I stuttered really badly growing up. I had a severe stuttering problem, so I didn't speak in any language. And the public schools supported that, and I outgrew that. Just blessed to have a public education. All my public education was in Oregon. I think what drove me to education was the fact that I wanted to get back to the profession that gave me so much. So when I was in Eugene in 2015, I arrived, the board gave me some direction. They said, hey, we want you to just include more systems of operation here, systemize the district. The board said, hey, I want you to diversify the staff and I want you to develop systems. And we did that in short order, did that really quickly. 90% of my building leaders when I left had changed seats. And 40% of my building leaders were leaders of color in a town that's 80% white. And very intentional. Graduation rates went up. 31% for Black African American, 27% for SPED, I think 28% for Latino, and 18% overall in the 5 years I was there. Our bullseye is kids. Kids always at the center. And then surround themselves with the best adults, the best trained adults we could possibly have. And then support them, nurture the adults so they can nurture the kids.
He came right at the very beginning of the pandemic.
No one had a playbook for this. Our state was definitely ground zero of COVID happening here on the West Coast.
And I really don't want to call out a specific instrument. Zoom is now our friend, we all know that. So we just strongly communicate to everybody as much as we could. How do we provide staff the resources and supports to be able to accomplish the task at hand? We have 129 languages here in Edmonds. 53% of our kids are kids of color. So we communicate in multiple languages and just keep informing community about what we were doing.
He evokes a sense of calm and positivity and assuredness that we can work together.
There's over 14,000 districts in the U.S. I think there's 14,000 superintendents of the year. We're about all kids, and we're about equity, and really having people understand equity. We have 22,000 kids in a in a system that's only going to be more and more diverse each and every year. So equity is part of my core being. That's who I am. And that's what I breathe every day. I use an equity lens in every decision I make and making sure I keep kids at the forefront. ¿Qué la palabra? What's the word? An equity lens to me is just making sure we're doing what's right for all kids and make sure we balance it out as well. To me, equity really is just our daily work on improving our school system, using data to hold the system accountable. The system has a moral obligation for each and every kid. Glad you're back in school.
It's been liberating to me in so many ways that I feel like I can show up as my true self.
I have not seen another superintendent that speaks about equity in every single meeting. He brings his experience, he brings his multiculturalism.
He really wants to know what is going on the ground. He wants to find out what teachers want and what teachers need.
He looks at the students in a holistic way. He wants them to be successful, not just in the classroom, but also outside. Not only that, he also thinks beyond high school. What happens when they finish high school and they go to college?
I think he's been exactly the right person we needed for the time and then some.
He is passionate about kids and serving all kids. I think that's what matters, is meeting the needs of each and every. And he leads with equity. He sees all of that, but it's not just a buzzword to him.
Our diversity is our superpower in the Edmond School District. And I say that loud and proud.